imagining that if YouTube and Twitch meet up, it's probably gonna go something like this.
What is your name?
I told you.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
We really need to get these two motherfuckers together. YouTube and Twitch meet up in a public location. Everybody starts busting out their phones like, fucking World Star! World Star! As they just clobber the living shit out of each other in some kind of celebrity deathmatch style fucking throwdown. It'd be absolutely amazing. I mean, you figure that YouTube is gunning for Twitch right now. They're just like, live streaming, motherfucker, we are the premier video platform website on the internet, the motherfucking information superhighway. They know our name. Fuck, we are Google. We are Groot. We are Google. I have no fucking clue how it goes. But they want to go and get a piece of that fucking pie because obviously Twitch is fucking gaining momentum like nobody's business. We're not talking about a couple thousand here. We're talking about millions of motherfuckers going over to Twitch and live streaming games, doing all sorts of shit on there. So YouTube obviously wants to go and do that. They unveiled YouTube Gaming. Many people out there have probably known about this for the past couple weeks now because this isn't exactly news, but they've officially gone public with it, and they'll be going and giving like further information at E3 this year. So that'll be interesting. They talked about all the details of this, like, for example, dun, 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 this will be nothing but video game related shit. So while you're typing in stuff, you're not going to get an entire list of recommended results of, depending on what letters you typed in, of all sorts of things that you would normally see on YouTube. It's all video game related shit. They've got over 25,000 different channels, well, actual, like, pages that are dedicated to specific games. So if you're like, oh man, you know what I want to do? I want to go and play some motherfucking ActRaiser. It's got its own thing. Valkyrie Profile? Fuck yeah. Vagrant Story? I think so. Oh, what about Kadelka and Shadow Hearts? I think those will be added into, if not, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, by the way. I'm thinking some Fatal Frame, Bickety Bam, Green Eggs and Ham, that shit's on there. Oh, I'm thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Woo, that shit's on there. So tons of different games. Okay, that's good. That makes me happy, right? Makes finding shit a lot easier. You can look shit by the publisher, by the actual YouTube channel name. So if you're like AlphaOmegaSin for whatever fucking wacky crazy reason, then obviously you go and find my channel, hit sub, or just be like, fuck this guy, he says fuck too much, I don't like metal. So a whole bunch of stuff with that. And it seems like that they've done their homework, because looking at Twitch and then looking at YouTube Gaming with like a side-by-side comparison, it seems that YouTube has used Twitch essentially as a blueprint and a foundation to go and build YouTube Gaming on. You know, any and all things video game related, that's what's going to be on here. News and reviews and live streams, all sorts of other crazy shit. That's going to be on YouTube Gaming. That's all it's about. As a matter of fact, it seems as though that they want to make live streaming the main focal point of what YouTube is. And I'm all fine and good with that, because I enjoy live streams. Hell, I've done quite a few live streams with like the Drunken Peasants podcast, 8-Bit podcast. I've even been on Re-Res with Shane. You know, that shit's fun. And I've kind of been putting off doing live streams because I knew this shit was going to be happening, so I kind of wanted to wait until it was finalized and gung-ho, ready to go, because I've got all sorts of wacky, crazy ideas. Plus, I like doing shit live, so fuck it, why not? We'll do it live! Anyhow, so some of the things that they pretty much were like, okay, here's Twitch, here's the things we can improve upon. 60 frames per second, oh my god, who thought about some shit like that? So, glorious high definition, 1080p resolution, and then we can have 60 frames per second, which is going to be very important for anybody that's doing some kind of like action intense type game, or PC gaming especially. You obviously want to have this shit cranked up to the max just so that it's an accurate version of what the hell's really going on in it, instead of fucking frames just skipping around like this, like it's some kind of speed racer animation, just oh, I love Speed Racer, by the way. But just checking out some of the stuff on there, I thought it was kind of cool. They also had DVR type functionality. So say you arrive into a live stream and you're like, oh man, I was really waiting for it, fuck, I'm late, and it's like 45 minutes in. Just rewind back to the area that you want to go to in the very beginning of it and continue watching it. Or if you just want to go and bring some people and be like, oh my god, watch this part, it's so fucking funny, and then people are kind of weird, actually your nipples are all hard and you're just fucking swinging around and shit, little fucking nipple cocks, blah 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 blah. And no, I'm not on drugs, I just so happen to have a lot of fucking energy. Fuck off. Moving forward, you can also go and take any of these videos. So your live stream went really fucking swimmingly well. You can go and have that shit converted into a pre-existing, always going to be there view anytime that you want video that'll remain on your channel unless you really fucking hated it. Then you're like, delete! Oh wait, somebody downloaded and re-uploaded it. No! That kind of deal, because it was a bunch of embarrassing shit. So dad runs into the room and it's just like, what the fuck is this dildo for? I'm like, that's not mine, it was just a joke! Pow! Get beat down with the fucking dildo while you're doing a live stream of Call of Duty games in front of all of your friends. Not exactly the way anybody wants a live stream to go, so it kinda sucks. So, what else can we come to expect with some shit like this? Well, since they're making this, like, a dedicated gaming platform, I have to go and ask a couple of questions about it. One, and this is probably the most important one, is the content ID matching system that we have that's on YouTube and has fucked up all sorts of things. 90% of the time it was unfounded and unwarranted, so I'm hoping to fucking Christ, or whatever random fucking thing out there, that this is not going to be applied to the live streams. Just imagine, you're like, alright, I've got hundreds of thousands of people who are waiting, and then they're just fucking foaming at the mouth. They can't wait for this shit. They're like, oh man, this fucking live stream's gonna be the shit. 5 minutes in, it gets fucking shit canned because it got content ID match. What? I mean, this is going to be premiering in the United States and the UK, but every single country all over the world has different content ID shit going on with it, and all sorts of different laws. I know that Europe has all sorts of shit. It's just absolutely fucking like iron-fisted about, and that kind of sucks, and it makes me wonder, how is it going to work over there? How will it work in Canada? How will it work over in Australia? These are all questions everybody's going to have to ask, though I think that's going to be dependent on the laws in the region of wherever it's going to be released in, because I know that live streams in some places are just outright not allowed by law. That's fucking nuts to go and think about. Now, since live streaming is going to be one of the main things that they are concerned with on YouTube Gaming, here's a question. What about the channels out there that will not do any live streaming at all? Are they going to get the same kind of care that all the live streaming people do? You know, is their stuff going to just be pushed to the back? I mean, they did talk about and made a specific note that you will get notifications for whenever somebody is live streaming, and you can go to it right at that point. But what about the people who just uploaded some of their reviews and post that shit online? Will that actually happen? If they have like some kind of episodic series where they're going through the history of some kind of games, well, what about part 4? I was waiting for that. Why didn't you notify me? I mean, you gave me all these notifications for all the live streams. Will it still work just the same exact way? I'm hoping so, just because you don't want YouTube Gaming to just turn into just YouTube streaming and that's all. Because then you're taking diversity completely out of the equation. You're just getting the same thing over and over and over again, but with different personalities involved in each scenario. And that's not exactly something that we want to go and see on there, though I'm pretty sure that they're fucking banking on this shit being a big time monumental fucking success. So who the hell knows? But these are questions that I think should be asked and should definitely be answered at some point. Considering the fact that it seems like they're doing a lot of things right, I'm hoping that they've been smart enough about all this shit. You know, it makes me wonder with the YouTube gaming platform, with that arriving, how will it affect or change anything on YouTube in general? Is everything just business as usual on YouTube and works in is the same exact way? Is there going to be little pop-ups saying, hey, you ought to go over to YouTube gaming? Or will all the notifications just change it? There are so many different things that I wonder about, and I'm hoping that it doesn't fuck up anything that already exists. While this sounds great, this seems like it's going to be its own entity and its own beast. You know, say we don't actually have YouTube gaming, and we're just going straight onto the YouTube website, onto the browser, and checking it out. Will we still be able to access all that stuff even though we're not onto the YouTube gaming one? I'm pretty sure that we will be able to. It's just that all of its search algorithms are just video game focused, and that's all. So, you know, if you're trying to go and look up some really badass metal covers of like Pokemon things, which there's plenty of those and they're fucking fantastic, or if you want to see some acapella ones from like Smooth McFucking Groove, who's the man, by the way, then obviously, you know, you can go and find those very fucking easily. But I just don't want the search to be fucked up, because there's so many things that can go wrong, and I just want it to go well because I like the idea of this, you know? And that's the thing, is that while it's a great idea, what could potentially fuck up with it? And then think about this. How many people are going to just jump ship completely from Twitch and then head over to here? You know, are we going to end up seeing Twitch go and respond to this in kind and do all the same exact things and then even more? Which I think would be fine and fantastic. That's something that I would be all for. The main reason I'd be for something like that is because anytime that companies are out there and they have competition, that breeds better products and a better thing for us as consumers and as fans and especially as gamers. So we should want to go and see them biting for our attention and biting for us to go and become users on their respective platforms. That makes the most sense for me and for you. That's what I would prefer. So it makes me kind of curious how this will actually work out for Twitch. I mean, hell, are we going to see a buyout some point down the road if there is a big old, like, amount of people that jump ship? And they're just like, yeah, you know what, we're tanking, we can't fucking do anything. Oh well, we tried. You never know what the cards could actually hold at some point down the road. Who the fuck knows? I'm just hoping that the site doesn't become oversaturated with nothing but Let's Plays. I mean, there's already fuck tons upon fuck tons on the internet right now, but we could also add in addition to live streams and stuff. So who the fuck knows? Either way, opinions and thoughts on this. Do you think that YouTube gaming will be absolutely amazing? Is it something that you're invested and interested in? Is it something you could give a fuck less about because you're not interested in watching live streams, or you're already into Twitch and you don't need to go to a different thing? You know, and that's actually something that should be kind of worrisome for them. You figure if they've already got a whole bunch of people on Twitch, why the fuck do they need to come over to YouTube? But YouTube's already got this huge, gigantic install base, so offering the sub could in fact be pretty fucking badass. I don't know. Either way, it's worth talking about and noting, and as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, game the fuck on.